Welcome inside Vivint Arena, the side of the 2022 Utah Top 50 Championship night. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Game 1 of 3 in the Big House.
Yeah, we pulled out all the stops, Dusty.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, there's no better venue for a championship game than Vivint Arena, and can't wait. Seeing players and family members walk in and the eyes just like get big, like, oh my goodness. You can see like just there's a different feel being able to play here on Larry H. Miller Court. Should be a fun night.
Should be a fun night. I mentioned we have 3 games this evening, and a chance for these guys to come out on the big floor and put out their talents. That's Giorgio Golesi. He's had that one slapped out of bounds.
And that is one where we're going to see some roster shifts tonight. The Oakland Americans, the Washington Caps are our headliner, but adding Bowen Hammer to the American roster, KJ Miller and Giorgio Golesi both being moved from the Caps to the Oakland to help even out the 2 benches tonight. So that'll certainly be something to keep an eye on. How about a couple nice plays on the defensive end here early for the Americans?
And we'll stay here with the Caps. As Golesi's will trigger in.
I actually think I had that reversed.
Yeah, I'm starting to turn around at the moment. Yeah. As I believe 3s. I'll just go down and check my score one more time.
I think that was Mackay with the little jumper there as we get kind of caught up here. Griffin Dowdy taking a rare 2-pointer, Dusty. We're accustomed to seeing him kind of shoot the long range. That one from the junction.
A nice job on the reverse. Couldn't get it initially. This is Christopher Cox. Goes right back up with it. And we've got, we'll match what's inside.
Cox has been one of the leading goal scorers. It sounds like I'm in soccer mode. Leading scorers for the Americans this year. He's had a really nice top 50, Cox has.
There's Mackay Martin, sends it out for 3. Peter Broadbent off the mark.
Peter's been another real highlight. We've talked about Golesi, but Peter Broadbent, man, he's sized up for a big year for Skyline. He's had a strong year here in the top 50.
So Golesi's up top. Giorgio's had a great fall here at the Utah Top 50. He's up all popped out of bounds by Carson Smith, and we'll stay here.
You know, we talk about Giorgio, and I think he's really shown his ability to drive the lane. And teams have noticed that. You see that drive, and I love the kick out there because once you show that driving ability, it can really open up some of that outside shot. It was a nice deflection in the lane there.
We'll get the scoreboard reconfigured here in just a moment, as that shot is good. I think I might have the score backwards here. It's 6-2 Americans.
That was Bowen Hammer with the little jumper there. Did a nice job. We talked about he'll have multiple games tonight. Hammer will. Oh, Giorgio set that one up so beautifully and just a little strong on the drive. But, man, that spin move for Golesi in the paint. Did a nice job.
So, again, running clock will go till the 10-minute mark. We'll have a media timeout. His scoreboard should all be accurate now. I think we got with some of the roster switchovers, and Preston, I can't even blame Preston right now because Preston got the night off. Well, I think he got this game off anyway.
I was like, wow, the whole night? We'll see how it goes apparently.
Yeah, we're waiting. He keeps claiming midterm tests and stuff, and I'm like, no. There's nice take. That's Kyle Carley.
You know what I do love in the warm-ups? We did see the Caps. They each took an opportunity in the warm-up line to go and dunk it on the rim. It was like, you know what? Like, someone better had a
totally
camera
got
out,
that.
right? And been taking photos of that.
Well, absolutely. That was a great take and finish.
Nice steal, KJ.
That was Bowen Hammer. That's KJ Miller off on the 3. And the rebound taken by Soleimani Barrow. Soleimani goes coast to coast in the bucket.
Yeah, nice take there by Barrow. Lincoln Christian Academy showing his versatility there. The 3 by Miller on the previous possession bit of a smile. He was excited to be able to have the three-point line on the floor tonight and be able to showcase some of his range.
I think his high school coach told him, you don't shoot from there anyway.
Yeah.
So Cox comes the other way. Nice strip by Carly. And we'll keep it here with the Americans. As Sorensen and Dent will come back on. It's into Miller. Little jab step three won't fall.
It's a Region 1 foe there. Dowdy was there defensively. Couldn't tell if Cox got a piece.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that was the call there.
I'll get that past Doug Jardine.
He's not even having to wear glasses tonight to see that call.
Well, because he asked his partner, I think I got him. You got it? Yeah. Okay, we'll put it right here.
Yeah, just two-man crew tonight.
The good thing for Doug was that he found the elevator down. We ain't walking down all those stairs. So good for Doug. We need fresh legs, remember, on camera for us on Friday. Yes,
Well, I need fresh legs to run up and down the floor. We took a little jaunt down, and I came up, and I was winded, Dusty.
Oh, I told you. I was like, you're going down. We're coming right back up. Another bucket. That's Sorensen laying that one up and in. Luke Sorensen, the week 2 ad.
Yeah.
So that's been a great waiver wire find for the Caps as that ball's out of bounds.
Coach Kyle Day thrilled. We'll see his teammate, Jagger Frankham, a little bit later, but Ridgeline with some bigs this year in Region 11. Should be fun.
KJ Miller sends that one back to Hammer, 4-3.
Boy, Bowen Hammer looks like he got bigger over the offseason. Good range there for Hammer.
A strong move, sends back out, 3 on the way, off the mark. And the board pulled down by Hammer.
I think he's such an intriguing prospect. Obviously good shooting range, but you see his length, his ball handling, good defender as well, very gritty player. Man, he could be a really fun player at the next level.
Well, absolutely. Oh, nice find inside, and that's Sorensen with another 2.
Yeah, but how about the dish by Carly? Kind of goes the under-over to get some spin on that pass, to be able to just thread it inside to his big man.
You know, it's so funny. We've hit the range where I'd now have to consider as Bowen pulls for 3, and it's a little wide, that's not Nick's younger brother. That could be, that could be Nick's son. That's how old we are. As that bucket on the other end ties us up at 16. Well, it has to be brother. I'm like, wait a minute. 02. We both graduated in 02. Do the math.
That'd be an age difference. It's not, it could be.
Yeah, Hammer double check on classes is a nice strong take, and bucket there that was Carson Smith. And I always had to do a double take on Carson Smith and Chamberlain Burgess, especially from this distance. He's a senior this year, is Hammer. It'd easily be nephew, but, as Reese Stan can't corral that one. And we'll go back down the floor with the Americans. So this is Christopher Cox, a man out of Cottonwood High School. Going to get Somani Barrow, a little one-on-one fall away, won't go.
Nice job by Barrow, not allowing himself to get pushed off too far there defensively as Cox was trying to back him down. Did a good job keeping his defensive position.
Yeah, couldn't get that one as now Chamberlain Burgess comes onto the floor. As a 11-minute mark, and we'll have a media timeout at 10 left. The clock on your screen is unofficial. Snapped that one to the corner. KJ Miller off on the 3. The rebound cleared by Sorensen. Sorensen quickly ahead. Chamberlain leaves it for Dent. Whoa. A little hot to handle, but Somani got the loose ball. Doesn't get the bunny to go. Stays with it. Stripped away by Makai Martin. and we'll stay here.
Boy, really nice defense there for the Americans. Looked like a great opportunity, and that defense finally able to kind of get back in positioning, contest it, not give up anything easy.
Chamberlain Burgess fall away, won't go all the way around, taken by Broadbent. One of those Skyline Eagles that have had a great fall here at the top 50. As Broadbent goes right to the rim, and there'll be a foul on Chamberlain Burgess. Let's see if they decide to take the media. Nope. And Broadbent hits the free throw. And now the media timeout. So that's a 10-minute mark. Media timeout. We'll be right back here watching the Utah Top 50 Championship Night here at Vivint Arena. At any age, any level, basketball is a physically demanding sport. By focusing on acceleration, agility, and power, we can give players in every position the tools to be more successful on game day. Preparing for the next workout begins the moment the last workout ends. Athletes have control over the recovery process at Athletic Republic. And we want to thank Athletic Republic for being a proud sponsor and supporter of the Utah Top 50. And not only just been Utah Top 50 for a few weeks, so there's a legend walking in the room for a second when we finish this, but they've been great. Top 50 weeks, and then we had the top 50 next. We had top 50 girls last night, now the championship night. Coach Joey Porter.
Bobby
he's
Porter.
Still kicking. He's trying to get him way up to 4A. BJ's like, why couldn't you do this 15 years ago, Dad? Would it end up at Portland, Dad?
Great to see you, Coach. Have you had a chance to see Barrow in the top 50 this year?
Yes, I have. I had a chance, and I love this improvement. And the kid, the sky's the limit for him.
Coach, how fun is it for guys, especially Leighton and Christian, right, to be able to play in an event like this, get a showcase moment to show their skills at this level against other guys? How great is that for them?
Well, you know where we came from being a little 1A school, and now we're up to 4A. And so it's just great. You know, just the basketball environment is just fantastic here. The top 50, that was great, but they put it together. That, you know, again, it's a one-stop shop for any college coach that they can be able to see what true talent we have here in Utah.
Coach, let everyone know what former NBA star you coached in high school.
Oh, I coached Ron Harper.
I always tell them, they ask, you taught it Joey, you're going to find out he coached Ron Harper in high school. I remember that.
Yeah, I was blessed. So, you know, he's doing well, and his son's doing well, too. So I'm just really happy there. You know, and like I said, it's being my last year. A lot of these guys are going to come and see my February the 3rd game against Juan Diego, so it'll be my last home game.
Oh. Whoa. Is that breaking news, Coach? I was not aware of that.
Yes, this is it. It's the end of 42 years of coaching.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just really going to enjoy it. You know, like I said, we get to play this year in California San Fernando Valley Tournament. We get to play in the Tarkanian again. We get to play in the Olympus tournament. We get to play in Dayton, Ohio. So it's going to be really, really great for us this year.
Yeah, brave man to go out to Dayton. But, Coach, we look forward to seeing you.
All right.
It's always great to see you, Coach.
Well, you take care. You know it's good. It's a long time, man. Long time. Take care. God bless you.
We're going to have to get up there this year, Dusty.
Absolutely.
If it's last year,
February 4th.
We're coming.
All right.
February 4th, we're there. Put us down.
And we got food.
There we go. As Gillespie's lays this one in on this end. And, a 3 by K.J. Miller. What was K.J.? Pardon me, that was 44. Knocked down the 3.
Yeah, that'd be Charlie Smith.
Yeah, thank you. As there's a layup and in there by Christopher Coxon. I just love Coach Joey Porter.
Yeah.
The senior year for BJ, remember, because I wrote an article talking about what he could do. And,
yeah.
So much fun. Just, I can't believe that was 15 years ago.
It's pretty remarkable to see just the growth of that program. And it's such a cool setting when you go to a game there. Man, and to just see the development of kids that have come out of that program. You talk about BJ, but there've been a handful of them. I mean, there's a reason why they're up in 4A because they've been, rolling in 2A and 3A, and just awesome to see what that program's done. Coach Porter, he's the best.
Yeah. Well, not that before we were done talking about Coach Porter, but I didn't know if he would do it on his own. That's why I had to tee up the Ron Harper thing.
He would not. Yeah. I mean, he's a pretty humble guy. Like I love Bobby.
So, 28-22, Americans leading the Caps as that was out of bounds. Noah got the foul. Mekhi Martin saying he helped escort Burgess out of bounds. But again, it's been a fun 6 weeks. Had the bye week last week to get these guys all ready for tonight. As that three is good by Smith. But allowed the next to play, which was a blast to watch, as Broadbent with another three. That's his second. Come back the other way. Doughty for three, or Dowdy. As I know he'll clip that and put it on Twitter. He put a highlight reel together off of his own stuff.
I'll tell you, I mean, one of the teams that we talked about Skyline, but Weber's going to be an interesting team this year as well with Dowdy, and we'll see his running mate a little bit later in Skank.
Hey, no wonder the Jazz led the league in threes. All of a sudden, our high school guys are just lighting them up from the outside. As Christopher Cox loses the handle on that one. Sent ahead, Reese Dent, Mekhi Martin give it chase and Dent with the flush. There's a memory.
Yes, sir. He even looked over at his old high school coach. Coach Balstead was just coming right around the corner there out of the tunnel. And hey, Coach, you see that?
Yeah. If I'm Coach Balstead, I say, hey, look, it's just a black and gold floor. It used to be
exactly
right. Comfortable here. Is nice find. Giorgio. Hammer was going for the hammer.
Yes, he was. Amongst the trees, nonetheless.
Hey, when you put the single leg sleeve on, you better be able to get up.
If we were in football, that'd be a 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike, illegal adornments.
Because we had to find something for a group. Never mind. The things we worry about just blows my mind.
I'll tell you what.
Can't bring the ball out of the end zone, but hey, don't you dare put on a single sleeve or have a towel or
excessive eye black. I mean, Jackson Dart, his whole persona would be changed.
Well, he wouldn't be talked about by Ryan Russillo, I'll tell you that much.
No, not at all. How about Hammer again being aggressive right near the rim, man? We talk about his versatility in his game. He's shown us the jumper, but he can go inside too. I remember seeing him last year in the regular season over the holidays at a tournament. It was like, man, this kid, he's gonna be a good one.
Well, there's a free throw, 1 for 2, good there by Hammer. Again, right now, currently the young man out of Snow Canyon, the state champion. Last year, Coach Meacham is Smith left that a little strong off the baseline. Ahead to Hammer. He's fouled from behind by Chamberlain Burgess. And Bowen Hammer will go right back to the line for another 1 for 2 free throw. That had to be a purposeful pairing in the name, right? Bowen Hammer. Shoot the three and bring down the Thunder.
I mean, technically it's Bowen with an E.
I know, but that's cool. How you do it, right?
Yeah.
You got to go long distance, and then when you need to, you go after him. I get it.
Okay. It's an interesting pairing.
Yeah,
a bow and a hammer.
I know. It just goes. It's all purpose, man. The city of Troy wouldn't have been sacked if they would have had both of them. They had great archers, but they didn't have a guy to come drop the hammer.
Yeah, I mean,
watch
clearly.
a movie.
Next time, I'll tell you what. Next time I go hunting, I'm going to bring my hammer with me. I've got a bow. I just need a hammer.
I know.
Forget the arrow. Give me a hammer.
Exactly. Well, the arrow comes with the bow.
No, it's bow and arrow, and you're saying bow and hammer, so
I'm
you're
aware,
replacing the arrow with
because
a hammer.
The arrow comes with the bow.
See, this is the kind of detailed breakdown you only get here
only on KSL Rewind. Now you get to look at what we talked about off air. Nice job as Carson Smith reverses and scores on that one. And back to a 2-point game.
A couple quick outlets tonight that we've seen the Americans trying to be aggressive with, and leading scorer for the Americans this year. He's been dialed in offensively and been a good assist man as well. Leading scorer, leading assist guy for Oakland.
Kyle Carley fouled on the take. The man out of Mountain Ridge, we're going to call it on the floor, not on the shot. Was not in his habitual shooting motion.
How about the scoring? I was curious if we would get a lot of scoring here at Vivint Arena.
Oh.
And they're saying, hey, if we can handle Slick, we can handle this arena, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But how about Dowdy with the rare backside jump ball?
That takes real skill.
Yeah.
Anyone can near side it, right?
Who has the soft touch that happens on the backside of the buckle? Is Cox. Nice take and finish. He's had a great summer, too.
Yeah, he has. He has. And he's been just behind Mekhi Martin by a fraction of a point in terms of the scoring. Good rebounder as well.
And Broadbent. He's up the loose ball, send to the corner. KJ Miller pumped the three, go to the angle. He likes it.
Splash. KJ.
Come back the other way. Barrow sends out Dowdy. Just short on the three, and the board taken by Charlie Smith. Quickly the other way. KJ Miller couldn't get the layup to go. Hammer fouled by Sorensen. A little 4A on 4A harm there by Sorensen on Hammer.
And I like the drive there by KJ. You just hit the three. You know that defense is going to pick you up early. Key being vacated allows for a good lane. Just a little strong on it. That's why you have teammates for, to help clean it up.
Another free throw there from Hammer. 48-36, inside of a minute left. Sorensen tried to go same side, couldn't get it. Gets his own board, and then gets a +1. So stick-to-itiveness being paid off there by Sorensen.
Yeah, nice job by Luke. Of course, no time for and one free throws. Just give him the point, and we go.
So it'll be near 20 seconds left in the first half. Our clock is about 3 seconds off. Remember, that clock you're seeing on the screen is unofficial. Not sure when they stopped it for 3 seconds. But Hammer will set things up. The screen from Cox. Hammer sends out Miller for three. KJ off the buckle, 5 seconds. And Sorensen chucks it off the front of the iron. There was still time left there for Barrow, no bucket. And that'll do it for the first half of play. At the end of the first half, it's the Americans 48, Caps 39. You're watching Championship Night here on Utah Top 50. We'll be right back. A little halftime entertainment coming up. You're watching Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com.
And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com. From the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
All right.
So welcome back to start of the second half and game 1 of 3 on championship night at Utah Top 50. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart, a 9-point lead for the Oakland Americans on the Washington Caps. And Dane, we said it right before the end of the half. Both these sides started shooting the ball extremely well here at Vivint Arena.
Yeah, they really did. And, I think you look at some of the long range, we've seen some dialed-in shooting, but I even think just better ball movement tonight. We've talked about that over the course of the top 50, but I think the offense has been much more engaged. You just see a nice job working kind of high-low there to get that ball inside the paint. And I think we've seen much more deliberate offense, and that has helped to lead to a higher point total here on our championship night.
Barrow misses on the long 3.
And I have to make a correction. So want to thank all the organizers of the top 50. They sent us stats, and so I was working at those, and I made a couple tweaks to make it easier for me to read, and I missed some formulas. So I have to apologize. Christopher Cox is actually the leading scorer for the Americans. Martin is right behind him. Wanted to clarify that. They both had fantastic showcases, but made that statement late in the first half, and wanted to clarify that for those watching.
Yeah, as Chamberlain Burgess knocks down the long one. And then, of course, I'm going to do real quick because I'm going to tell him first. Coach Bobby Porter of Layton Christian Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, went with the first Porter pairing in my head and went with that. No. So anyway.
Look, he probably doesn't mind being called Joey. That's a heck of a heritage, huh? So.
Yeah. Well, really, I would have gone Jerry Porter, the great Raider wide receiver from years past.
No one knows who that is.
Well, they should. And so Monty Barrow around cue talking about Layton Christian with the layup. So anyway, Coach Porter's going back and rewatch this. People are going to tell him. So let's want to apologize to Coach Bobby Porter. I'll do it in person too. But anyways, Gillespie's misses on the 3, quickly ahead. So Monty not going to be able to track that one down. And one thing we didn't mention in the first half is this floor is a little longer than the high school players can be used to. Now, if you go to Layton, It's about 10 feet longer.
Yeah.
There's about a 38-foot floor at Layton High School, one of the oldest floors left in the state of Utah. And this floor here is 98 feet.
Which I'm probably in the minority. I hope they never tear that gym down. I love Layton's gym. Yeah. I'm sure Coach Miller's like, please don't let that get out.
He's saying, I could take Davis's gym. That'd be okay.
I'm sure he would love it.
Or Northridge's gym.
I love that old school feel to it. I just love it.
What's funny is that Weber's floor, I think, is just as old, but it just has more room.
Yes, yeah. Much bigger gym. Oh, Carly.
In unison next time. As Somani lays that one up and in.
That's remnants of old Jason Williams stuff from our old teen years, eh?
Yeah, a little white chocolate from Reggie Theus. I had to hear that for a whole series once.
Oh, I'll tell you what. All you got to do once is cross up the glove, and next thing you know, as a Gary Payne fan, you never hear the end of it. Happened one time.
Yeah, he couldn't finish. Well, don't worry. Gary took care of it because later on in their career, and they both got a ring, Gary got to finish games, and he didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Of course, Jason Williams carried him to
those Kings teams. That was next level.
Yeah, they were.
Chris Webber and, man, they were.
Vlade Divac and Pedro Stojakovic. As Burgess lays that one up and in. Great battles with the Jazz back in the day.
A lot of great battles. Lawrence Thunderberg. Yeah.
Scoreless Williamson.
Huh?
Oh, nice take by Giorgio Golesis.
Again, you see vacating the paint. Golesis with his quick step. And we've talked about that repeatedly. Once he gets that angle, there's not a lot of room for hope or help.
Carly, nice pass on the baseline as Dowdy is fouled. And, of course, the scoreless Williamson is a deep cut.
Yeah.
You got to go way back to 95 NCAA championship
Razorbacks,
game.
Yeah. I've got a coworker right now who's probably not too happy with Dusty Litzker.
Ed and Charlie O'Bannon before Charlie went to Channel 1 as Dowdy made the free throw. Remember the coach for the Bruins that year? Is Mekhi Martin. There you go. I would say top of the key three. Straight away for NBA three.
Yeah, I do remember. I can't think of his name right now. I can see his face. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I hate the charge call down low for resetting the ball. Just let me know when you're up. Because I got to spend time with this coach in the D League. It was one of my favorite conversations. I had a lot of fun ones. It was one of my favorites. There's a nice take and finish by Charlie Smith.
I'm not going to get it.
Jim Herrick.
That is not who I was thinking of. Okay.
Were you thinking Lapis?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Lavin.
Lavin.
I was thinking Lavin. See, I just needed the lav to bring it together. I was thinking Lavin. Anyway,
but three
back to the
from
action.
Smith and misses on the three, and they got a 55-51. Preston match it 55-51. Oh, nice find, Carly. But couldn't get the finish there from Dowdy.
Carly's been watching some old school basketball in here. He's getting creative with the dimes, man.
Yeah.
There's a chain shortage, but not at Mountain Ridge.
He steps on the floor and he immediately wants to play like John Stockton, but then look like Dan Dickow, both Gonzaga Bulldogs.
You know, it's a real shame that Dusty wasn't a college basketball announcer because he'd be calling him Dan Dickow.
Very true.
Yeah.
They missed out.
Yes, they did.
Cox from the corner. That's off the mark. Rebound to Sorensen. 4-point lead for the Americans.
Boy, nice recovery there by Sorensen. Looked to be in trouble on the
Dowdy,
pressure.
I don't know. Man in the corner. Decided to pull the trigger on his own. Smith says he'll get it done. Gives out to Sorensen for the two-hand flush. And once again, a 2-point game.
Man, the Riverhawk there showing a little leaping ability here at the Viv.
As Broadbent short on the three. Carly fouled and won.
This has been Carly's best game in the top 50.
The most loose he's played, too.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Briggs will allow the flash and sizzle during the season. I think as long as it leads to points, not turnovers. I
think that's the key, right?
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
No, Mason Sawyer used to put on a little show. on his way to a state championship. Is Dowdy on the run. Oh, he had Sorensen a little earlier than that. Turnover on a golden opportunity.
I think the problem is hard to see it. You got the defender right in the way there. It would have been an incredibly difficult pass. Of course, I think that's Coach Rob Ross of Lone Peak in the house, sitting down on the players' bench. Can't tell if that's him or not.
Looks like Rob.
It's like it kind of does and it kind of doesn't.
Just text him and see if he grabs his phone out of his pocket as Cox is called for a traveling violation. So 56-55, Caps leading Americans. 12 and a half left.
I don't think it is.
This looks enough like him from
It's close.
Some
It's
200
close.
feet away.
Yeah.
It's a high post here with Barrow. Good defense from Cox. Barrow sends that back up top to Carly. Dowdy, and that'll be a long three. Sorensen couldn't get that one. Rebound here to Miller. KJ will pull for three, short. Got some quick triggers here in the second half as Mekhi Martin, he had the steal, just could not stay in bounds. Doug Jardine says, I don't need review. I got that one. You don't need to go to the monitor.
Yeah, two-man crew, man. You better be paying attention because hard to cover all the positions on the floor.
Those teleprompter eyes, those teleprompter eyes of Doug Jardine not getting fooled. As you heard that one, that was all ball. As we'll stay here on the baseline.
That's a nice block there. And really, we've seen a lot of good blocks in this first game. We've seen a lot of, frankly, defense right at the rim plays just like that, where unable to get clean looks away.
Sorensen goes up strong, blocked by Hammer.
Bowen Hammer.
As you're inside of 11 minutes left is Mekhi Martin with the blow by. And he lost the ball on his way up. He's fouled. So Mekhi will go to the line for the 1-for-2 free throws.
Man, I feel like that's been something that Mekhi's done ever since his freshman year at Layton. And when you got a shooter like a KJ and a big man like a Mendoza, again, that trio, I think they got a lot of potential for the Lancers this year.
Yeah. We got to play with Ethan Potter, Mr. Basketball.
Yeah.
As Sorensen faces up, baseline J won't go. On the run out here with Hammer. And Carly with the transition foul. Not quite the take foul as we're at the media timeout. So timeout on the floor, media timeout here in the second half. And we'll be right back. You're watching Championship Night of the Utah Top 50. So welcome back in, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Again, I want to thank Athletic Republic for being the sponsor of Utah Top 50. Is quickly on the inbound. That is Bowen Hammer with another bucket. Extends the lead to 3.
He's been incredibly impactful tonight for the Americans. Been a real differentiator.
I think Barrow got surprised he was that open. Missed the bunny, reverses, and that's 3 at point-blank range. It will not go down.
You could even hear Luke with the sigh of desperation. And how about KJ? Man, he's dialed in here.
It really makes it hurt. It's now a 6-point lead. That's a 5-point swing, as Steve Snapper Jones would remind you back in the day. And there's Somani comes right back strong. And it's a 4-point game. Cox on the take and finish.
A nice drive there. Gets that in the corner. Recognize the opportunity in the lane and love it.
The 3 short there from Burgess. Now on the run, Broadbent. They'll leave it outside to Hammer. Bowen pulls up at the junction extended.
Look at that. You've got Luke Sorensen. He's got to be, 6'7"? That arm is right in the grill of Bowen, able to lift over it.
It'd be fun to follow his year.
Yeah. He was really kind of, I don't want to say a facilitator because they certainly looked at him offensively, but it was really like Lyman was one of the big offensive guys, right? And Bowen had his nights, but man, he can carry a lot of the offensive load. I think we'll see that from him this year. KJ,
hey, how about the best night for KJ Miller of the Utah Top 50? Best night, the best place to do it. As that ball is off the mark and wide, and there'll be a turnover.
Man, he has looked mighty comfortable.
And the friendly confines, his dad's a Laker fan, but the friendly confines of Vivint Arena. I mean, you put 2 of our coaches we're closest to, just so, well, at least one grew up in L.A., and he's a Raider fan, so that gives him a little bit of leeway. But the 3 there from Broadbent.
Man.
Bombs away.
This is a 1-point game.
Yeah.
Next thing you know.
Well, it was a 56-55 lead.
Yeah.
For the Caps, and the Americans come out just knocking down threes as Smith can't get that one to go.
Yeah, good contest, and Carson. Maybe a little bit of contact there in the fall. That's probably being called. Okay. I was going to say, that's a bit of a heat check, right?
That was a definite heat check. His dad will appreciate it. That was a Shannon Brown heat check. I know Kelly's rewatching this. He can text me. He'll appreciate that one. Although his son played much better than Shannon Brown did. Broadbent rubs that one home.
I think everyone was looking for the finish there. Bowen was kind of like, hey, I'm ready. Alexis was running with him.
I want my dunk. And on the other end, nice take and finish there by Reese Dent, who does have a dunk in the first half.
Yeah. Oh,
nice lob and finish. Hammer. We had a Snow Canyon girl last night that absolutely showed out. Hamlin was spectacular, Olivia Hamlin. And now Hammer here tonight has been outstanding.
Yep.
Gillespie's. There you go.
Play of the night. You could kind of see that coming, right? Bowen has the feet up for Ulysses, and I love that Gillespie saying, hey, we're going a little highlight here.
We got another chance here. Gillespie's. He wants one for himself.
Yeah.
He earned that one.
Yeah.
That was an opportunity for Giorgio. Hammer was like, hey, I want one more. He's like, I know. But I need this one. You know what that was a reminder of? From way back. I mean, we're going 15 years back, joking around with Coach Bobby Porter. That was the old play that Logan ran all the time with Charles Obuo.
Yeah.
And the little point guard had the shaggy hair, too, and he'd leave it up for Charles Obuo, who would just hammer it.
And look, Logan is not accustomed to having that kind of athleticism on a basketball floor.
No.
That brought down the gym several times.
Nice block there by Dowdy.
KJ's down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to help KJ up.
Looks to be okay.
First thing you get told, hey, don't sit down, keep walking, and leave your shoe on. All the things. We'll have to sync our clock back up. They did stop it there for KJ, so we'll get a sync back up at 5:36 as Cox leaves that one short on the front of the iron. So a 20-point advantage for the Americans. And a good KJ's walking pretty cleanly. So Dowdy for 3. Couldn't get it. Rebound to Gillespie's. Hammer on the lob, a little too strong.
It'll be interesting to see what position Bowen plays this year. played guard last year. Do you keep him on the perimeter there with his ability to shoot, handle the ball? I would think you do.
Yeah.
But not having a guy like Lyman Simmons in the block, you can say, hey, we want to leverage you inside as well. I think his versatility, you might see him all over the floor this year.
Well, if there's one guy that understands that it's okay to have your big guy still outside is Doug Meacham. Remember that he had Brendan Bailey, he had Spencer Johnson, an American Fork. Now, granted, he also had Tyler Rawson and Andrus at one point on that team too. So, yeah, of course, you can play outside if you want to.
He'll be one of the players this year that will play positionless basketball. Look, we just want you on the floor.
Yeah, it'll be score. Will be his position.
There you go.
Sorensen short on the three, gets it right back, leaves it there for Somani. Goes right up strong.
You know, one of the things where I think you look at Barrow, and Coach Porter talked about his development here in the top 50. He's going to be much improved this year. You know, you don't get a lot of high-level, night-in, night-out type of competition with a kid like his frame and size. And so you come here and you get that week after week after week. Boy, I think he's going to have a monster year for the Eagles.
So another guy's showing out tonight. How about Sorensen tonight?
Yeah, he's been really strong. Reverse
out to the offensive board. No, I absolutely agree with you. And that's one of the great things you talk to 50. It's not about just games. I mean, there's one-on-one coaching. There's sessions of mental strategy and mental toughness. And
I mean, they even ran him through a financial literacy class, which I love, right? Because when you get to college and in the days of NIL, if you're fortunate enough to play, you know, D1 basketball, that's in the equation, and it becomes so critical in how you manage that as an athlete and helping to support them to give them the right information so they can make the right decisions. I think so critical. Love that they've incorporated that. You talk about mental resilience, mental performance, a lot of coaching sessions away from just the floor in terms of individual development. And, man, this program, it's why we love to partner with it, because they're doing so much to really help grow the game and grow the athletes that play it.
Yeah, and really make it a whole thing, not just about coming out, rolling the ball out and let them go. As Gillespie's
Nay.
That's a Nene block. Sends out to Dowdy. Oh, he couldn't get the three to drop. And a rebound to Gillespie's. Ahead to Mekhi Martin. Martin leaves it for Cox in his second off the backboard.
That one was a little more deceptive than than prior ones, right? I thought, I can't believe Martin missed the lay-in. And next thing you know, here comes Christopher Cox.
And the young Cottonwood Colt. I'm excited to see the development continue there with Coach Miller.
Yeah.
As Carly, he went for the razzle-dazzle play, turns it over. Dowdy. Broadbent lays that one up and in. Barrow on the trail.
Ooh.
Barrow with the three.
We've seen him take them, but I don't recall him making a lot of those. That one looked very comfortable.
I think KJ's feeling better back on the floor. Good to see that. Cox from the corner lipped out. Sorensen goes right at him and then does draw the whistle. It was fun to see KJ before the game. Said, "Hey, you're just a couple weeks away from camp. I can't wait."
Yeah.
He's up.
First words out of his mouth. First words.
Yeah. So at the free throw line is Sorensen. Been really good tonight, and this is on the first of two. I mentioned Luke, a 2023 or class of 2023 player out of Ridgeline, and he splits the pair. So now Mekhi Martin leaves it back. KJ Miller for three, got it. Another one for KJ.
We talk about his outside shooting, and you see when he finds that stroke and he's in rhythm, he's as good of a shooter as we have in the state. And he's been locked in here from the get-go.
He's got a great base. And finishes it strong. Spreads those fingers. snaps the wrist.
The real question.
Puts rotation on the ball.
We'll have to ask this as we get into our prep season. Who wins in a shootout, he or his dad? I bet we get different answers on that one. Don't you?
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Kelby ends up giving it up to him. Maybe. But he's not Brandon Blanchard level. You know. I think we asked Blanchard, hey, would you outshoot something? Yes, absolutely. He hasn't taken it from me yet. I think Kelby might wait and go, be close. I could dunk on him, though.
I don't know. We'll have to ask that question.
Yeah. Ooh. And Barrow hits the free throws.
Kelby, you can text us with an answer if you'd like.
Yeah. So 89-71 is Hammer. We're going to see him later on. He was put on this team to kind of help out as he got here early. Obviously coming up from St. George. They're going to mess around with traffic situations.
It's good to see he's not letting the weather affect his game.
Yeah.
Right? The cool air, the thinner air.
Here's Barrow. Out to Smith. Smith's nice strong take, and it crawls off the rim with 23 seconds left.
Over under 1.5 on players of the game tonight, Dusty.
Over.
All right.
I know my guy.
Apparently I set the line too low.
So splitting the free throws again, 89-72, as it'll be the Americans. The last minute put together American team had to get some extra players to keep the benches even, and they came out and played really well together.
Yeah, they did. Looked like they'd been playing all summer together, frankly.
Yeah.
Like they looked meshed.
Looked really good, and that'll do it. Americans 89, Caps 71. Dane, some final thoughts and selection of the players of the game.
Look, that spurt in the second half, the big differentiator for the Americans tonight in the win. You know your guy. Always take the over. I'm going with Bowen Hammer. He was fantastic tonight. And KJ Miller, the outside shot. Man, that was next level shooting from KJ tonight. Love what that duo did. They're my two players of the game.
Yeah, a lot of fun, and been fun watching both these teams throughout the fall, and looking forward to seeing these players on the floor during the basketball season. You'll see a lot of that coverage right here on KSLSports.com, including all the way through the championship games as well. Final score, Oakland Americans 89, Washington Caps 71. Our players of the game, KJ Miller and Bowen Hammer. KJ Miller of Layton High School, Bowen Hammer of Snow Canyon. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us. Come right back in about 6 minutes. We'll have Game 2 from Championship Night of the Utah Top 50 at Vivint Arena.